Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing a review of the Skytech TK106, which as you can see here is a little sort of a large nano quadcopter. I wouldn't say it's a micro and it's not really a nano, it's kind of in between. It does use the same 6mm motors as a nano here, except it's just using much larger props here. And one of the interesting things about it, obviously you can see it's sporting a camera up front here, as well as these interesting cool looking landing legs that actually work surprisingly well. It comes with extra, well not extra, but 4 spare prop guards. I didn't really use those. It makes it just too heavy if you ask me, and they don't provide too much protection. It's got a little instruction manual. It's not too much in there. It's readable. You've got a little bag of spare props as well as spare little adapters for the shafts, because these have sort of like a bushing in between the prop, that little silver thing there, and the motor. Got a screwdriver, a little USB card reader to read the files off the card, which is nice that it's included. We've got a 1-cell 3.7 volt 220 milliamp hour battery there, so pretty decent size for this small of a quad. And we've got a little USB charger ending in, I believe this is the 1.25 micro JST connector. And then this is our transmitter. It looks very similar to a bunch of Cyma transmitters. Let's just go over it real quick. You've got up here on your right bumper, I believe that is your flip. So if you, I think you have to hold this one and then give an input, and it'll do a flip in that direction. And it flips quite well, giving throttle before and after the flip. Over here on the left bumper, you have your rates. So click that, and you'll go through low and high rates. Actually, I think there might be low 3 rates. I don't know, but whatever one is below high, whether it's medium or low, I kind of actually like, because high, the yaw, it's not too proportional here. This controller doesn't have great resolution, so it tends to spin out a lot. But it's very peppy in both rates, and I really like how it flies. It's really smooth, and it's a good indoor flyer. Obviously, you have your power button in the middle there. On the right, but this right directional pad, if you press the middle button, it'll go into headless mode. And then up and down, left and right are your trims for your right stick. And then over here, left and right is your yaw trim for your left stick. And up is photos, and down is to start and stop video. And it also does come with a little USB or micro SD card here, a 4GB one. And once it focuses, no, it's not going to focus. I'm going to get it to focus. Come on. Come on. There we go. And as far as I could tell, I haven't been able to find a stick recalibration, but it hasn't for the gyro, but it hasn't been off yet. Now, if you take a look at this camera, you can see I've done a little bit of modding. It originally comes with about a 25-degree down tilt on this camera, which is really, you're just going to, especially once you tilt forward, even if you're just hovering, you're just going to see all ground. And this is meant to be flown indoors, so it's really bad if you ask me. So basically, I just took the shell apart. It was really easy. You just take, there's little clips out in the motors here. You just pop them off, and then there's screws under the landing legs, 4 screws. And I just basically took a knife and cut away the plastic that held the camera down in that position, put it at a 5-degree up tilt, and then just glued it in with some hot glue, and now I get much better video. I can actually see what I'm looking at. But the field of view is pretty narrow, but I think it is what you would expect out of a cheap nano camera. You know, it definitely does perform better with the most amount of light possible, so low light situations is not going to do well. But, you know, I was okay with it. For the battery, it takes about 45 minutes to charge off the stock charger, and I've been getting about 5-minute flight times, which isn't too bad considering how heavy this is with all the weight it's carrying. And you can tell in flight, it is a little heavy in the air, but it still does fly quite well. In the back here, you have your battery bay. The battery just slides in there, and there's a little microphone, that gold thing right there. So it does record noise, but it's all just, you know, prop noise. So you're not going to really want that anyways, but, you know, I guess it's there. And there is a little door that covers the battery once it goes in, but it seems like I misplaced that. I don't know where that went, so let's just plug in the battery here. And then there is a little on-off switch right here. It's kind of hard to get, so you get in there. Then you have some LEDs. So there we go, up, down. And basically we just have some green LEDs up front here. In the front, nothing in the back, and then some blue and red status lights for the camera. It flashes once when taking a picture, and then it continually flashes red while it's filming. So that's a nice little indicator. Yeah, there's really not too much to say about this little guy. Once I made the change to the camera and it doesn't have the extreme down tilt, I think it's quite a good quad. It flies very fast and high rates. Like I said, kind of twitchy and spins out with the yaw on the transmitter at high rates, but in low rates, as you can be pretty smooth, and it takes video, you know. I mean, it's not going to be anything professional, but I guess it'll get you some video, and you can take it outside to get a view of your house if you want. And then the remote here does have a little charging port. If you don't want to charge from like a phone charger or your computer, you can charge right off the remote here, which is pretty nice and convenient if you're in the field or away, or the power's out, I don't know, but you are going to be running off your batteries, and it does take 4 AA batteries in the back there. So there we go, that was the review of the SkyTech TK106. Now let's jump into a little indoor flight review, and I'll show you some sample footage from the camera. So let's get to that. Okay, here we are for the flight of the SkyTech TK106. So let's get this plugged in here, and I find it's easier to plug the quad in first, turn it off, and then put the battery in. It still is a little bit tough in there, and like I mentioned, there is a battery door, but I seem to have misplaced it, so it's a little tight in there, but I'm just going to do that. Turn on the remote, bind it there, and we should be good. So let's just start off here, trim it out, and see how good of a hover we can get. It definitely is a very stable craft. Okay, you can hopefully see, there's a hands-off hover right there, so it's very stable, losing some throttle, but you have to expect that on these toy nano quads. So I'm flying in low rates here, and you see, pretty capable in low rates. This is the full yaw, quite a bit slow in low rates there, but it'll give you better filming, a little smoother on the filming if you want. And then here is low rate pitch, and it gives you just a nice sedate, smooth flying. And then we click the right bumper. Actually, yeah, I was wrong in the video. I had the bumpers backwards. So this is the high rates yaw. Then you can see it's quite a bit faster, but it's just not really proportional. It kind of spins out, so it makes flying with it a little bit hard. And then the pitch gets quite a bit more, so this guy can really get moving around. Let's do a full throttle punch here. That was full throttle, so it's quite a bit heavy, but it does get pretty good efficiency with those larger props. And then there's flips using the left bumper. Trim drifting a little bit. You can see the weight is evident, but there's pretty decent flips. You can see there. Okay, so let's start, let's go over here and just looking at my shelves, let's click a picture. There we go, you can see that, and let's start a video. And let's just go around over here, look at the light, see how it copes with that. Probably awfully, I bet. And then let's just look at what I'm reviewing currently. Just go in here. Okay, let's turn around. Alright, so I think that was good enough for the camera to show you there, so let's stop that. Let's just get up closes on this. Alright, I think that was about all there is to show at this one. Let's bring her back down. And just to show you, whoops, of course the one time I tried to show you the landing legs, they work well from a low altitude. They can be bouncy, but you can see they work pretty well there, and unless you do that and they flip over. But there we go, that was the review of the SkyTech TK106. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this quad. Originally, I didn't like it too much because of the camera. It was just, the down tilt was so crazy, it was completely worthless, so then you're extra weight and extra money for nothing. But I just did a few simple cuts and some hot glue to angle it upwards just a tiny bit, or level, however you prefer. and that definitely helped, and now it's a lot better. It flies well, it gets a decent flight time, and you know, it's a pretty nice package overall, so I do recommend it. I'll leave a link down below to check it out if you're interested. Please subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.